entered halftime with a solid lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. These are the guys getting buckets for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Assists.
The Brooklyn Nets are struggling to move the ball and create good looks for each other. What makes it worse is their opponent isn't having nearly the same problem.
Player of the half.
James Harden did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Harden with the basketball. Lead is 12. DeAndre Jordan with a...
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Wall. Fires the three, buries it.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Brooklyn's got it. Nothing going here on that drive. To Durant. Screen coming. Durant, defended by Wall. Irving. Man, that was a tough shot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Gordon with it. Up a dozen. To Wall. Here comes the screen. Short jumper stays out. Durant with the basketball up top. Looking to make something happen. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I'm a little bit confused. Was that a well-designed offense or just poor defense? Maybe a little bit of both.
It's Rockets ball. To Wall. Sizing up the defense. Harden to Wall. Here comes the screen. Wall. Off the mark. No good. To Wall. DeAndre Jordan snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
DeAndre Jordan sends knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Jared Allen swats it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
LeVert matched up with P.J. Tucker. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Karis LeVert at the line for 2 shots. 71% for his career. First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws.
Good shot.
Harden in possession. His team on top by 8. Gordon matched up with Durant. They get it down to Tucker. Nice pass to set things up.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Irving into the front court. He'll run the offense. Nothing going here on that drive. To Irving. Screen coming. Irving. Durant. Rebound hauled in by Cousins. Into the front court comes Wall. His team leads it by 10. And scores. Strong take.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Wall. Gordon shoots, can't connect. Here's Irving into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. To Wall. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
John Wall trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. Free throws good as they continue to widen their lead. Irving to Jordan. Irving. And a chance coming up at the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. Rockets have the ball. To P.J. Tucker. DeAndre Jordan tips it. Out of bounds. Last touch by DeAndre Jordan. Harden. Irving with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Harden matched up with Durant. Gets it in the left corner. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Durant across the timeline. Down a bundle. To Irving. Durant up against John Wall. Good look that time, but off the mark.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Kevin Durant has it. And a nice finish at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Wall with it up top. His guys holding the big lead. To Harden. Driving right to the basket. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Into the front court, it's Irving. His guys down big. And counted at the rim.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Jumper's good.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Irving to Durant. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul. Houston takes over.
I'm here. I got ball.
Wall to Harden. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Kyrie across the timeline, trailing by 14. Here comes the screen. LeVert against Tucker. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. DeAndre Jordan sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Irving. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
To Durant. To Irving. DeMarcus Cousins. Huge block. That's his third block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Irving brings the ball up court. Count the basket inside. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Irving into the front court, down a dozen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and it's good.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Into the front court, it's Wall. It's a 9-point lead. And the basket good at the rim.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Harden in possession. His team up by 7. Gordon, tough matchup against Durant. Harden. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Irving to Durant from long range. And Kevin Durant unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the 3. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer, no. He's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Wall. And they call it.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Wall. Nets have it. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Brooklyn secures the rebound.
Defense, let's go.
No, I missed a short one there. Green with the basketball. Up 6. Beyond the arc for 3. Tough shot for Gerald Green. Off the mark. The follow won't go either. Nets have the basketball. Goes reverse to lay it in.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Wall across the timeline. Leads 4. To Gerald Green. Nothing going here on that drive. Wall to Cousins. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Can't connect from in close. Prince up against John Wall. Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Wall into the front court. 2-point advantage. Here comes the screen. Green guarded by Gerald Green. The screen sets him up for 2.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
Into the front court comes Wall. Tie game, 3rd quarter. Here comes the screen. McLemore, defended by Green. Down to 5 on the 24 to Wall. Has a look. And Green able to pull down the rebound. Here comes the screen. Count the bucket for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Wall to Gerald Green. Just not going down.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Late heave to beat the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete with the Nets in front. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the 4th quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Another follow, still no good. To Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Wall with it up top. The deficit is 6. Here comes the screen. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Wall. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Jordan. Whoa! What a finish!
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
To Wall. Screen coming. Gordon, defended by Green. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
I don't know if a body on him would have prevented that bucket, but it at least would have let him know that you were there.
Trying to cash in. Gordon with a shot off the mark. Deep right corner. Kyrie Irving lines it up for 2. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
There is no better feeling than after making that shot and trotting back on defense, seeing your opponent stare, point, or yell at each other for miscommunication.
To Wall. Here comes the screen. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Irving. Got it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Houston with the basketball. Wall. Probing the defense. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Wall. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Knocked loose. To Jordan. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Into the front court, it's Wall. His guys trail by 10. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
John Wall at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 80% in this contest. And he misses that one free throw. Brooklyn with the basketball. Durant. Here comes the screen. To Durant. Here's a chance from long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Wall across the timeline. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Deep 2 there, won't go. Durant with the basketball up top. He'll run the offense. To Irving. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Irving. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Good. Off a spin.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
Harden. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Irving. To Jordan. Rockets have the steal. Kevin Durant rejects it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Jared Allen pins it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Harden into the front court. His guys down by 9. Kevin Durant with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
And a throwdown.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
And now Houston has the basketball. Kevin Durant able to recover with the block. Fast pace, Mike D'Antoni giving his guys a breather. Oh, pass stolen by the Nets.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Gordon with it. The deficit now up to 13. Here comes the screen. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
It's in the hands of James Harden. Tucker. To Harden. Fires the three. Can't get the bounce. Durant. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Harden with it up top. His guys down big. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. Irving. Not getting it. KD follows up with the putback slam.
Oof, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
It's Rockets ball. Harden. Gordon, defended by Kevin Durant. Lets it fly from long range. Missed it. To Harden. Cousins to Harden. Shot clock winding down. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
To P.J. Tucker. Oh, you can't do that. Knocked loose.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Harden. Rebound comes to Kyrie. Here comes the screen. DeMarcus Cousins with a piece. Fourth this contest. Durant lets it fly. Somehow finds a way to get it to go. Can't fault the D.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Harden. Shot clock winding down. James Harden fires for 2. Here's Irving into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. From the painted area, won't go down.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
to Harden.
I got ball. It's all me.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Durant takes on Eric Gordon. To Irving. Harris, defended by Eric Gordon. Durant. And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Nets. Slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Rockets have the ball. To Harden. Tucker. And the finish on the nice step through.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Irving. Not going down here.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Passed it off. For three, he's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat five.
Kyrie with the rock. No good, and no foul.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Pass stolen by the Nets.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
To Durant.
Feed the beast, man. Feed the beast.
Nothing going here on that drive. Jordan to Irving. 5 on the shot clock. Shot from the lane won't go. Gordon with it. Down a bundle. Has a chance. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Irving. Smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Good shot, boy. Good shot. Good shot.
KD with the rock. Fires the three. Shot off the mark. Good defense. It's the Nets who are victorious as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. This team did everything they could do to secure the win. Great job by both the players and the coaching staff. Check out the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets. The Rockets are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. They did a great job with their ball movement, forcing the defense to constantly make adjustments. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the win.
Game track. Field goals.
Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
Kyrie Irving put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped, and when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.